filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself.
Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of RBO with your boy Vaughn. Today we have, I believe, 4 topics to talk about. You know, I've been away for a couple of days. You know, work got a little hectic, but your boy is back. Give you guys some more knowledge on this NBA season. It's been pretty good. We had some up and downs from a lot of teams, but we're going to talk about a couple of different teams, and at the end, I'm going to touch on my top 5 players currently in the NBA right now. Has nothing to do with last year, nothing to do with their whole career. It's right now in this season. So before we get started, though, I'd like you guys to like, subscribe, share this video with anybody that's a big NBA fan, anybody that wants to learn more about the NBA, or just a sports fan in general. We have a lot of different shows on the network, and they have their own channels. I'll run them down for you guys. BWT, that's baseball with Teddy. We have CTC, that's Carl talking college. We have FFC, fantasy football with Coach. We have In the Red Corner. It's a 3-headed monster over there. 3 different guys doing their thing. We have Joe talking Kings. That's when Joe breaks down each Kings game. Also have Dave's Doghouse. Then we have the main show, the Refuse to Lose show. I want you guys to definitely tap into those different shows, especially if you are a fan of all those sports. All those guys bring some good insight. We also have links in the bio where you can become a member. And with the membership, man, it's a lot of perks involved. You know, you get in these IG chats where we give guys exclusive first-hand news. It hits us before it hits all the other main markets. We also have live debates in the chat where guys, they go at it nonstop. I mean, this morning I woke up and it was mayhem. You know, everybody was in there getting active, and it was pretty entertaining. You also can learn a lot in those chats as well. You know, I haven't been all my life a huge baseball fan, but since I've been in the chat, I'm really enjoying learning more about baseball. My next chat that I'm gonna get involved in, gotta take my time because, you know, it's a lot of information, not gonna lie, but it's good and healthy. My next chat that I'm going to try to dive into is the Boston chat. So in the red corner, watch out. Your boy might try to step on the show soon. But that's all I have for that kind of stuff. Let's get into these topics, man. Oh, before I do get started, I want you guys to definitely comment. I probably won't catch all the comments during the show, but I definitely will touch on all the comments at the end of the show. You know, I know guys, you got some questions for me. I'm going to run them down. Actually, what I would do is after each topic, I would run down all our comments, see what you guys have put down. So, you know, let's get it popping. You hear me? So our first topic we're going to talk about is a team out the West. Now, this team, they start off real shaky. You know, they made a big trade for a big-time player. Well, a lot of people didn't think he was big-time anymore, to be honest. They thought he was not subpar, but just not himself. They made a big move to get a superstar player, or superstar caliber player. And things started off real shaky. But then now, Ty Lue, I got to give him his props, man. He's figured it out. The rotation is working because right now, man, this Clippers team is rolling. Well, my boy come in, they see me rolling. That's the Clippers right now. Them boys like tumbleweed in the West. They rolling. Now, one thing I can say about this Clippers team is James Harden is here, man. James Harden is making a huge impact. This dude has really shown that he still has a lot left in the tank. I mean, for him to convert from being a high level scorer, averaging 30 plus a game, to switching his game to being a facilitator, averaging 10 plus. Last year he led the league in assists. And he's balling out this year as well. He's averaging about 8, 9 assists right now. But in the last 20 games, this Clippers team has been 17-3. Now that's pretty impressive. Now you look at a couple of wins that the losses that they did take. They lost one game to the Celtics, who is arguably the best team in the league. Then they lost to the OKC Thunder as well, who's arguably a top 5, top 3 team in the league. And then the last team they lost to was the Lakers. The battle with LA. The Lakers normally been winning those games. I believe they won both games this year. I mean, I don't know what happened to the Clippers that game, to be honest. LeBron and AD finally showed up, and I guess the Lakers just rolled. The battle with LA, anything can happen. But in those other 2 losses against the Celtics and OKC, Kawhi Leonard didn't play. Now, we have to mention that because the Clippers are looked at, they've been looked at since PG and Kawhi got together as a team that can contend for a title. The only thing that's been holding this team back is health. The only thing that's been holding this team back is having all their guys when it's time to ball. Kawhi either goes down, Paul George goes down. It's always something. So this year, what I really like the addition of Harden. Like I said, he's averaging 17 points, 8.5 assists, and he also is averaging about 5 rebounds, which is pretty good. But I want to talk about these last 2 months because that's really when they've been really putting it on. In December, he averaged 20 points, 9.6 assists, pretty much 10 assists, and 5 rebounds. He also played a little defense, 1 block, 1 steal, which is pretty cool for a guy like James Harden, showing that he's giving some effort on the other end. Now in January, Kawhi had came back. He did, like I said, he missed some games in December, so Harden has stepped up into a more of a scourge role. And then in December, January, he's only averaged 15 points, 4 rebounds, but then 10 assists still. See, that's the key right there. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard needs a guy that can help them get easier shots. Now, I'm not saying them guys can't create on their own. I'm not saying those guys live or die by having a point guard. I just think it has a lot to say when you have a guy that can facilitate, when you have 2 guys on the wing that can score like they can score. It kind of reminds me of the Chicago Bulls situation with Levine and DeRozan. Before when they had Lonzo Ball out there facilitating, when those guys didn't really have to, get a bucket every single time, they can get set up, or Lonzo throws the ball up on the break, let them boys do their thing. I mean, having a point guard out there changes the life for wing players. And you see what's going on now in Chicago without Lonzo. That's another story. I'm not going to get on that. Oof. But back to the Clippers, man. Right now, they're top 10 in points per game, and they're top 10 in points allowed per game. Now, that's a recipe for success, if you ask me. You don't have to be top 3 in both or nothing like that. Top 10, top 12, 13 in both. You're a pretty legit team, if you ask me. Now, they're also shooting 40% from the 3, which I think is pretty intense, pretty nice. Now, that is one thing that the Clippers have always been known for, being a pretty good 3-point shooting team. And they've been showing it so far this year. 2 other guys I really want to give a shout out to on this team is Norman Powell off the bench. He's always been a solid scorer off the bench for this team. I mean, he's been scoring in double digits in the last 10 plus games. I mean, that's what you ask for a guy off the bench. Doesn't have to give you 20 a game. Doesn't have to even give you 18, 17 a game. He just gives you solid numbers every single night, 12 points, efficient scoring. Just being a factor out there. I believe that's what you ask for out of a guy off the bench. Another guy I want to shout out, Russell Westbrook. You got to get this man some love, man. This dude has really transformed his game. I mean, it started last year when Kawhi and PG went down. He tried to carry this team in the playoffs to get some dubs. I mean, he balled out of control. Just wasn't enough. This year, though, he's really had – I mean, shout out to Ty Lue again, man. He's found a way to use Westbrook to his peak. Westbrook playing about 20 minutes a game in recent games. But he gives you solid production. He gives you solid on-ball defense. It cuts down on his turnovers, and he's one of the best rebounding point guards in NBA history. So he's still going to hit the glass hard, and he's still going to bring that energy. So, hey man, the Clippers looking pretty swell right now. One thing I can say is these last 2 months they haven't really played that many stout opponents. To be honest with you, I mean the two teams they played, the best teams that they played were the best three teams that they were the Lakers now. The best two teams they played, the Celtics and OKC, they lost, but like I said, they didn't have Kawhi. So I really want to see them how they really keep this rolling. I want to check out. Right now they're fourth in the West, which is pretty solid, especially from where they came from. But these next two games, they have the Timberwolves tomorrow. Then on Tuesday they have Thunder again. Well, they'll have Kawhi, so we'll see how they fare against those. Those are two top teams in the West, the two teams that are pretty much in their way. Them and the Nuggets. And the Nuggets have shown the ability to bend but not break. But I like what I'm saying from the Clippers. I want to see them continue this against more stout opponents. Like I said, they have the two top West teams coming up. Let's see how they act, man. What you guys think? Think they keep it rolling? I think a guy like Kawhi is a guy that plays winning basketball. My two X factors are Paul George and James Harden. I really don't know. When playoff P and Harden, I don't know. You never know what you're going to get. But right now, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Ty Lue being top 3 coach in the league is showing exactly why. Let's check out some of these comments you guys have put down. Okay, we have a Clippers fan. See, my boy Blaze, shout out my boy Blaze, Clippers fan. He traveled there with Westbrook, so he's going to be a Clipper as long as Westbrook's there. Shout out my boy Blaze. Appreciate the love, fellas. Appreciate the love. In the red corner, shout out to y'all, man. The boxing. This boxing show is elite, man. They already had a special guest on there. I'm not gonna tell y'all who. You gotta go check it out yourself. In the red corner, right there. Clippers are my pick to come out the West. It's Joe. Joe, I feel you on that, man. They have what it takes to come out the West. It's just, are they going to execute when it matters? That's the key for a lot of players, a lot of teams. Same. I can say the same about the Embiid. Is he going to execute? Same thing about the Celtics. Are they going to execute? Clippers, are you going to get it done? You have the Nuggets over there balling. Like I said, OKC and Minnesota are in a bag right now. So we're going to really see is health and are they going to show up are my two concerns for this team. Bam. Health too. Yes, sir. Well, that's enough on the Clippers, man. They balling, they rolling. You see them rolling, see them riding, see them, they doing their thing. Let's see if they can continue it, though. Next topic. Bucks or Celtics? Bucks or Celtics? Before the season started, everybody had those two teams as their two teams to come out the East, to meet in the Eastern Conference Finals. So far, they haven't really disappointed. They're first and second in the East. The Bucks have been real shaky, though, not going to lie. And it's a lot due to their defense. They lost Drew Holiday, probably the definitely top 3 on-ball defender at the point guard position, which hurts them a lot. This league, if you can't guard a point guard in this league, it's going to be tough for you. These point guards are pulling up from deep. These point guards are just too talented nowadays, So, you need a solid guy that can defend point guards. And I don't think Dame is really that. Dame is more of a guy that he'll kill you on the offensive end, make you work, and that's how he'll really defend you. He's not really the best on-ball defender. Not trying to say he's not good defending, because I think as a competitor, it's all about locking in. And I view Dame as an ultimate competitor. So I feel like he definitely can lock in when he has to. But right now, let's talk about this team. Now, one thing we got to touch on the changes. Now, we know Dame is over there in Milwaukee now. We know Porzingis and Drew Holiday are now with the Celtics, which is, pretty intense. Grant Williams is gone from the Celtics. He played a pivotal role at when they made their finals run. He was hitting crazy threes. He was playing great defense as well. But he's not there no more. I do like their depth still. They still have, a lot of guys out there that can put the ball in the basket. I do think that a lot of guys over there play two-way for the Celtics, which is a good thing for them. For the Bucks, on the other hand, I think they really still get acclimated. They have Dame there, that's new. They also have what's the Malik Beasley there, that's new as well. And Chris Middleton is finally healthy, and you see it in his game. He's playing a lot better. That pick and roll with him and Giannis is looking deadly once again. I think that's probably the most deadliest thing in their offense. You have guys like Malik Beasley, guys like Brook Lopez, guys like Dame Lillard spotting up. Pick and roll with two guys like that. I mean, Middleton is 6'7", I believe. He can see over the defense, make the passes out of the double team when it comes with the pick. Also is excellent in the mid-range game. He can just rise up over guys. So I really like that recipe there. I think that should be their go-to towards the end of the game. It's that Chris Middleton and Giannis pick and roll. I mean, when they won the finals, that's one of the main things that people could not stop. But my biggest concern with the Bucks is their defense, man. They're right now ranked 24th, allowing about 120 points a game, which the Celtics average about 120 points a game. Now, they are the better offensive team, second in points per game at 124. But to me, if I'm a bet on one of these teams, I'm gonna put my money on the Bucks. No disrespect to the Celtics. I think they're a great team, but I have a lot of concerns over there. I have concerns with Drew Holiday in the playoffs. I mean, he's not going to be asked to score as much as you see his game now. He does a lot of rebounding, defending. I mean, he's still hoisting up them threes. Well, I can say still. I mean, he's hoisting up them threes like crazy. That's just the Celtic way right now. They lead the league in 3-point attempts. I think about 43. Like, it's ridiculous how many threes they shoot. But hey, they're winning. They're number one in the league, record-wise, number one in the East. So they're doing something right. One thing I don't like about the Celtics, though, they live and die by this three ball, man. I mean, they shoot way too many threes to me, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the three ball, guys. I mean, y'all gonna learn this about Vaughn. Like, I know the three ball is the thing now, but I feel like the three ball is so overused now in the NBA to the point where teams live and die by it. I mean, I'm a Magic fan. I remember we went to the finals and we beat the Lakers. That one game we beat them, and we hit the most threes in finals history. But every other game, our threes carried us to the finals, but also killed us in the finals. So the Celtics do have better scores, and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown wing scores than the Magic did back then. So they have that working against them. And I don't know. I trust Giannis a lot more than I trust Jason Tatum. Let me just say that. I feel like when the chips are on the table, Giannis is going to snatch them. Jason Tatum, he's the type of guy, he gonna say, hey, Jaylen, you want some first? Hey, Drew Hart, you want Porzingis, you want some first? No, this is me. He has to have that mindset. Last year when they went down against the Heat, it's because he wasn't being aggressive, man. And you see that a lot in his game. And even him, he can shoot himself out the game. A lot of games have his shots are 3-pointers. Bro, you're 6'8". Can nobody guard you? Can nobody stop you? What do SGA do? He shoot about 3 threes a game. That's why I love his game so much. He kills you in the inside, the mid post and down. Like those are way more high percentage shots. I don't care what the analytics say. Just for me knowing and watching basketball, the greatest of the greats, the Jordans, the Kobe's, even LeBron now, KD, T-Mac. These are top scorers. They were mid-range assassins. So, Jason Tatum, you have a midi, bro. You don't have to resort to shooting all these threes. I don't like it. I just don't. Y'all winning right now. Don't get me wrong. I want to see y'all finish the job though. But if you ask me, I'm gonna have to take the Bucks. I mean, they played twice The Bucks lost on the Celtics home floor, which the Celtics are undefeated at home. That's one thing that I can give them. At home, they are a beast, and if they hit the number 1 seed, they will go into the playoffs with home court advantage, which will be a home court advantage for them, literally. So they won by 3 the first game when the Bucks and the Celtics played. But then the next game, the Bucks just annihilated them guys, man. I mean, the second half, the starters for the Celtics didn't even play, and I thought that was weak. Man. Like, I don't know. Like, a lot of people would think that, hey, they know they got their number, but for me, even if we down 30 at halftime, we done seen teams come back from 30. We done seen teams come back from 40. We done seen it. Like, give it a push, you know? I mean, if you I know you died by the 3, but at least try by the 3. You hear me? But the Celtics are definitely playing the best ball right now. It's not about who's been playing the best ball consistently all throughout the year. It's about who can get hot at the right time. And I think the Bucks are still figuring things out. I mean, having a guy. I mean, I think this lineup is what, a lot less on the defensive side, but offensively, I think this starting 5 is great for Giannis. He has a lot more shooting out there, which spurs the floor for him, and he has another guy in Dame that can just drop off buckets. I mean, he also falls in love with the 3, you know, and I'm not a big fan of it, but however, he showed that he can be a bucket. And then with Chris Middleton back healthy, hey man, I got right now for my early pick coming out the East, I'm rolling with the Bucks, man. Let me check out what you guys got talking about. Got to roll with the Celtics. Hey Joe, I know you've been you've been an advocate of the Celtics. Even last year, you was high on them, especially against the Bucks. So I feel you. I know how you feel about Tatum and all that. I just trust Giannis. I think Giannis has the support and cast now that he doesn't have to really carry the load offensively. Last year, Drew Holiday wasn't really showing up, and Middleton wasn't all the way back. This year, I think it's going to be a lot better for them guys. I trust the Celtics more in the playoffs than I do the Bucks. I don't know about that one. Red corner gang. I don't know, because we done seen the Celtics fold. Even in the finals against the Warriors, they folded, if you ask me. Against the Heat last year, folded. So, hey, I don't know. I don't think, like, and it's not even like they balling and they losing. Tatum is folding. Like, Tatum is folding. Jaylen Brown folds too. So we have to see this. Also, Porzingis got to show he can stay healthy as well. That's another thing we got to keep our eye on. Yeah, man. 3 ball. That's why I was this in the red corner, man. He don't talk about. That 3 ball is killing the league right now. Like, I love Steph. Somebody said he the best in the league, but hey. Oh, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that, man. We're gonna see who got the last laugh at the end. Shout out my boy Dave, he fan. I wanna invite you on my next episode. I got a lot to talk about, y'all guys. Gotta love the guys, man. All right. When the Bucks lose, it's usually because of coach. I agree with that, Joe. That's one thing I can see, but I don't believe in the Celtics coach neither, Joe, to be honest. I don't. Like, I really don't believe in his coach at all. I don't. I believe it'll really come down to the players when those two meet, but they got to meet, though, so we'll see. But that's enough on the Bucks, man, and the Celtics. 2 of the top teams in the league, top 2 in the East right now. You got the Sixers creeping right behind the Bucks. The East and the West, man, it's getting competitive far as the standings, but everybody know who the top dogs are on each conference. And in the East, everybody knows it's the Bucks and the Celtics right now. You have some teams that can kind of contend. They're like 1 or 2 pieces away. But right now, those are 2 teams to look out for in the East. And right now, I'm rolling with the Bucks. All right. Next topic. Hey, I gotta talk about my boy. Now I'm a little upset because I gotta figure this thing out. You know, it's Von's fault. My bad, y'all. I had clips for y'all. I had clips for y'all today, but I had some technical difficulties. I gotta talk to my producers because this ain't gonna work for me. I gotta show y'all what I'm talking about. My boy is back, Kyrie. If anybody knows me personally, they know I'm a huge Kyrie fan. Since he came into the league, I've been a very big fan of his game. You know, I religiously say best handles ever, best finisher ever, just best moves in general ever. Probably, that finals when they beat the Warriors, when they came back from down 3-1, Kyrie put on the greatest offensive performance I've ever seen in the finals. It's not to say his numbers were the greatest, just watching how he was getting buckets, how he dismantled that Golden State Warriors defense by really getting buckets, like one-on-one buckets on them dudes. Like LeBron normally, assist guys on getting buckets. No, Kyrie, he gave him the ball, get out the way. He came through. But he's been on a tear recently, man. His last couple games since he's been back, the Mavericks have been 4-2. It's been a small sample size, really. They haven't really played, like they played the Blazers twice, I believe. So they ain't really played nobody great. But I'm still liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking the fact that Kyrie's moving great out there. He's looking great out there. The team, one thing I gotta give him love, I think he's a great teammate. He gets his, I think he does, do things a little weird when he doesn't, he doesn't show up some games in the past and things of that nature, and how he carried things, how he would say some things in the media. I mean, he could work on that. But when it comes to being a teammate, I feel like Kyrie is one of the best, man. Players better around him. I believe he gives them more confidence when he's out there playing with them. And you can see it when he plays with teams. Like when he went with the Celtics, man, Terry Rozier turned to a whole different player. I mean, he was a bucket. Like all those guys, you see all those guys, their games just took another level. And you saw what happened when Kyrie didn't show up. Game 7. That's one thing, like I said, he got to work on some things as far as leadership. But he's a good teammate. Since he's been back, this man has been killing. 29.8 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 1 block, 2 steals, shooting 51.2% from the field and 53.5% from 3. Baller. Just had an outburst last game when Luka wasn't playing against the Knicks, the hot Knicks, I must add. Since they got OG, they've been balling, getting dubs. I mean, they blew out the Sixers when the Embiid was playing. It was crazy. My man had 44 points, 10 assists, 2 steals, shooting 57.7% from the field. And I believe he was like 6 from 10 from 3 ball. This is the Kyrie the Mavericks need. They're currently 6th in the West at 23-16, right in that gauntlet where you lose a game, another team wins a game. You could easily be from 6th to 8th or 6th to 3rd, 4th or something. It's crazy. But they also are balling right now. I'm not gonna lie. With a healthy Luka, a healthy Kyrie, and Kyrie playing like that, this Mavs team can be scary. Now, I do think they need to find more minutes for Derek Lively, the rookie, the big man. He's just a force out there. He rebounds well. He defends the paint well. And, Kyrie and Luka are very good passers that can get him that ball on the pick and roll, on the lobs, on dump balls, anything of that nature, Like, those guys are bucket getters, but they're excellent passers. Kyrie is a underrated passer. But one other thing I think they need to do, they need to get them a bona fide defender, a guy that can check a guy like a Giannis, a guy that can check a Jason Tatum, a guy that can check, these top scorers, a Kawhi Leonard, a Paul George, a guy that can check these guys. I mean, Grant Williams was brought there to be a defensive stopper, a 3-and-D guy. I just don't think he's athletic enough. I don't think he moves his feet are quick enough. I don't think he's he gets off the floor enough. I think he's more of a defender for a guy that posts up more than a guy that just a bucket getter. So I think they need a guy that can really defend, multiple positions and has some size and length, but also can add to the offensive end. Now, one player that comes to mind is Pascal Siakam. I've been hearing they're in the talks. Not sure who they're going to have to give up. They don't really have much to give up. I mean, I won't want them to give up Lively. I think he's an excellent asset for them. I mean, they might have to let go of Hardy, the young stud, which, he don't really get that much burn anyway. And he's really an offensive threat. He don't really play that much defense. But I love his game, though. But if they get a guy like Pascal Siakam, I think that's something that they would really need to really help them compete in the West. Because you have teams like Clippers. You have teams like even the Minnesota. They got a lot of size over there. OKC got a lot of size over there. And the Mavericks, they just need more defenders over there. I mean, I like Derrick Jones Jr. He's a solid defender, if you ask me. Josh Green, he's okay at defending. He's not top tier. You need a guy that you will feel comfortable with checking these superstars, though, out there on the wing. And I think that's the only thing holding the Mavericks back. But my boy Kyrie, man, if he keeps balling like this, if he keeps doing this, I mean, sky's the limit for this Mavs team. They make one move for a good, solid defender on the wing. Watch out. Right now, they Luka, Kyrie, or bust. But if them boys can keep rolling, looking like they're really figuring out more how to play together, because Kyrie's getting his shots up now, 20-plus shots, and Luka's also getting his shots, his touches. So shout out to the Mavs, man. I want to see how this continues to go as we head into the All-Star break, because once All-Star break is over, that's when teams really get to rolling. So shout out to the Mavs, man, and see what y'all got talking about, man. Uncle Joe, you know it. Mine's too, Dave. Mine's too. I ain't gonna lie. Some young talent out there I like as well. Kyrie's still holding on right now, but he better watch out. That he dismantled Steph, definitely. All his defense, even on defense, he stepped his game up against Steph in the finals that year, and I loved it. Balled out. Like, me and J-Mo was team Steph, I was team Kyrie, and it was crazy going back and forth. I agree with this one, Joe. I thought they could have made a run last year if they made the playoffs too, because that's what's very disappointing last year about the Mavericks when they just gave up, because you got Luka and Kyrie. Those are two of, like, when they get going, those two unstoppable forces on the offensive end, especially Luka with his size. I mean, Kyrie is deceptively strong as well. He just shrugs guys off him, gets to the basket and finishes that well. But a guy like Luka and Kyrie balling together, crazy. Yes. Having Lively is life-changing for sure. I know you, as a Kings fan, Joe, you wish you had your Lively over there, but it's gonna be all right. They gotta play him more though. They gotta find more minutes for him. I don't know why he has games gets 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 15. Like, I know he gets in foul trouble sometimes, but you gotta let the young boy ball. You gotta learn. Yes, Pascal. A lot of teams can use his services, to be honest. You got, with the Kings out the sweepstakes, the Mavericks, the Pacers can use I was about to say another team, but nah. But yeah, that's all on that. All right. I know this is what a lot of people probably been waiting on. They want to know what your boy gotta say. It's been a lot of guys balling. A lot of teams been really, players been doing their thing, and I just gotta let you guys know that it's some players out here that don't get they shine. A lot of players out here that don't get their grind, but we're gonna talk about mine. Vaughn has a top 5 for y'all today. This top 5 is strictly this year. It's not last year. It's not career. It has nothing to do with MVP. It's just who I think are the best players in the NBA right now. Who I think are balling the best. Who I think are the top 5. You know, I got a couple honorable mentions. You know, I want to shout them out right quick because I don't want no slander from nobody. You know, the bibs and them. My first shout out, LeBron James. You ain't make the top 5 list this year, my boy. I'm sorry. You're no longer a top 5 player in this league. You are still legit. You are still elite. You just don't. You just can't carry the load like you used to. Pause for my weirdos. You just can't do it. I'm sorry. I mean, you're healthy. AD's healthy. Lakers still can't get a dub for real. I mean, I'm sorry. You ain't top 5, my boy. KD, you're not top 5 no more. It's been nice knowing you in the top 5. You still elite, still top 10. You still that guy. But you know, at this point, these young bucks are here. These young bucks are letting everybody know, yeah, it's daytime. Steph, it's what CTC call. He's no longer top 5, bro. He's still an elite player. He's still legit. He's not top 5 no more. I'm sorry. Jason Tatum. Sorry, my boy. I love your game. I'm a huge fan of your game. I think you are a bucket and you are solid on defense. I just need you to show up every game. I know you have a solid team. I just need you to not shoot yourself out the game so many times. That's what I just need, man. I need you to really be a force every single game at all 3 levels. That's what I need from you. Once you do that, bro, you are unstoppable. But hey, I won't knock nobody for having them in their top 5 because he like that. Here go my top 5. So I don't got no graphic for you guys. You know, this ain't like on RTL, you know, not so average top 5. You know what I'm saying? My boy Joe be holding that joint down. This Vaughn's top 5 though. Number 5, Luka Doncic. Luka. Luka right now is balling. He's averaging 33 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 1.4 steals. He's shooting 38% from 3, and he's shooting 48.5% from the field. Now, I got to give Luka a top 5 nod because, I mean, he's probably the best one-man show in the league right now. The best player that just carries the team. He's not high on my list because, come on, man, you got to play some defense. Some defense. Now, if he would step his game up on the defensive end, when I say step his game up, I'm not just talking about numbers. I'm talking about actually when I watch him play, when I say, okay, Luka is a pretty good defender. I don't say that when I watch him play. But on the offensive side, he does everything. There's nothing he can't do. I mean, shoot the 3, post you up, take you to the cup, solid rebounder, great passer. I just need him to step his game up on the defensive side. Step your game up on the defensive side, my boy. You probably the best player in the league. I've been waiting for him to come in here. Luka is number 5 solely because his defense. Now, offensively, he probably number 1 in the league. I ain't gonna lie. Nobody can do it with the boy. He been balling since he got in the league, and people still don't understand why. Like, he does it. But that's number 5, Luka. Like I said, the Mavericks, they're winning some games, but they got it. They need a little bit more. But Luka's number 5. Number 4, SGA. SGA, yes. SGA has eclipsed Luka to me. You know why? He does it on both ends of the floor. Like, this dude is a defensive beast. If you watch when this team play, they're all like, he plays the passing lanes well. This dude who gets buckets. I mean, like I said, he don't rely on the 3 so much like a lot of these players do. And I love it, man. I just love it. This dude gets buckets. He's a winner. He's a guy that he doesn't hurt his team from taking those bad shots. Like I said, he plays on both sides of the floor, man. And the dude is a good assist. He's a good facilitator as well. You know, let's look at his numbers for this year. 31.4 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting 55% from the field, averaging 2 steals a game. I believe that's top 5 right now. And he's also averaging about 1 block. He doesn't shoot that many threes, about 4 threes a game, shooting about 35% from three. Not the greatest 3-point shooter, but the dude's a winner, man. And I think the way he plays ball is really winning basketball. It's not, he doesn't put his team in harm's way. And like I said, he's very reliable and he plays on both sides of the floor. I can't knock him, man. Can't knock him. Number 3. Now, this dude really should be number 1, but he just can't seem to consistently stay on the floor, man. This year, at least, he came out preaching about ISO balls not winning basketball, but then he come back and he's hogging the rock. That's Joel Embiid. Now, Joel Embiid should, like I said, he should be number 1 because, well, Anthony, I would say I don't see how they lose a game. Like, dude is unstoppable. He really is, though. But one thing I think that hinders him is he just isn't consistently available. Now, if he's consistently available, he's number 1. I'm sorry. That's one thing holding him back is his availability. This year he's averaging 34 points. He's 34.6. I'll give him 35. He's averaging 2 blocks, 1 steal, about 12 rebounds, shooting 53.5%, 36% from 3. And he's averaging a career best 6 assists. That's one thing I got to give him his props for. He's assisting like crazy. Now, with a guy with his skill, a guy with his talents, you have to do that. I think he took a book out of Jokic page, took a page out of Jokic's book, like, yo, I can do that too. And you can. You have the ability. You are a dominating force. I just think that his availability gets in his way. And also, he can get his own way as well at times, Against, they just got blown out against the Knicks. And like I say, I think when he's playing, their offense becomes a lot more stagnant. And he slows them down a bit. This team is a pretty solid team. They got some solid pieces over there. And I think the ball just has to move more. And he has to learn how to just be a little quicker with his movements with the ball. But top 3, hey, man, can't get mad at that. Number 2, this for you, Joe. Nikola Jokic. Yes, he ain't the best. He was the best. Once they won that ring, I had to give him his props. He balled out last year. He beat everybody. Gotta give him his props. But this year, he's not the best. He's playing solid. He's number 2 still on the list just because of his impact on the game. Like, there's nothing he can't do. This dude is the definition of a winner. He does what it takes for his team to win, getting triple doubles. Some games only shoot the ball like 5 times, 10 times, something like that. And that's the sign of a true winner. A guy that, well, I know one game he only shot 9 times and he lost, but I digress. They played against the what's this team right here? When they lost to the Jazz. By the way, the Jazz has been hooping. The Jazz, I believe they didn't lose a game this new year yet. If they did, they probably lost just 1. But they've been hooping. Laurie Marketing came back. Them boys done stepped it up. I'm not gonna lie. But he shot 8 from 9, still had 27 points. That's crazy. But one thing I like about Jokic is he impacts the game. He's not a one-trick pony. He's the guy that you have to account when he has the ball. You don't have to just account for him. You got to account for all the other guys out there on the floor. So it's pretty hard to double team him. So I really like Jokic. A lot of people say, "How you gonna have him over Embiid? And he only play half the defense as Embiid." He's more reliable than Embiid. I'm sorry, Embiid, like, he has a track record of that, and it's showing already this year. He missed a couple more games. He's not even gonna have a chance to win MVP or nothing like that. So hopefully his eyes is on the bigger prize, and that's why he's taking his time. But this is just for now, guys. He can definitely bolster his name up and get to the number 1 because he has the talent. Same with Luka. He can get up in the rankings, at least on my rankings. because of how talented these guys are. But number one, y'all know who it is. It's Giannis. Giannis said, I'm back. Giannis said, hold up. Y'all forgot about me? This dude averaging 31 points, same amount from last year. He's averaging 1 steal, 1 block, 6 assists, 11.5 rebounds, and he's shooting 61% from the field. And also, we're not talking about 3-point percentage. Terrible. But one thing I can say about Giannis, man, we know he's an unrelenting force getting to the basket. We know he's a rebounding machine. We know he can defend the basket pretty well. His on-ball defense ain't the best, but he has great recovery defense. You get past him, he's still there. Then you have this is what I really think is really going to elevate him. This dude has shown the ability and he's shown the confidence in his mid-range shot. Not even just the mid-range, his hook shots, like his offensive arsenal has gotten a lot better. Like when I watch him play now, I'll be like, oh man, he be crossing dudes, like he'll get to the lane, turn his legs behind the back. Hold up now. That boy done been in my camp. But that midi, I mean, he shows that even late in games, he goes to the midi at times. He fades away, he pulls up. I mean, he shoots a 3 a lot more. I'm just thinking he has a lot more confidence in his jumper now, and I think that's very scary for the league. I mean, jump shooting is all confidence, if you ask me. Of course, you gotta learn have your stroke, your mechanics down. But like Westbrook used to be a mid. You see, when his mental wasn't right in LA, we saw his midi was mid. So Giannis, man, is the best player in the league right now, balling out of control. Got this Bucks at number 2. I think that when it's all said and done, like it's gonna be them and the Celtics at the top of the league, or top of the East. I think that they're gonna really exclude themselves from the pack because I really like what those two teams bring. But that's my top 5 right there, man. Luka number 5, SGA number 4, Embiid number 3, Jokic number 2, and the Greek Freak number 1. But that's all your boy got today for y'all, man. Will the Clippers keep rolling? Will they continue this going into the All-Star break? And then we'll see how they act after. Kyrie is back. Are they going to keep rolling? Is Kyrie going to disappear? Is he going to make headlines again for something other than balling out of control? Also, Bucks or the Celtics? I just told y'all who the best player in the league is. I put 2 and 2 together. And of course, my top 5, man. I know a lot of people gonna give me some slack for that. I already got my man Kevin here talking about Luka. Even Joe and Kev. Luka at 5. Yes, he's 5. Okay, here we go. Luka at 5 is insane. Well, I'm insane. Facts. Yes. Ty, you've been a huge advocate for SGA being top 5. Shout out. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love again, man. But that's all I have for y'all today. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share this with anybody that you know that is a fan of the NBA. Anybody that just want to, chime in and see what your boy talking about, because your boy here and I ain't going nowhere. You hear me? Another thing I want you guys to do is click the link in the bio, become a member. We have different tiers for you guys, $2, $10. Pick your poison. Get the exclusive chats that we have for different sports. You get to come on to different shows. If you become a superstar member, to speak your own piece as well. Run the shows down for you again. That's BWT, CTC, FFC, Joe Talking Kings. Got the Days Doghouse, In the Red Corner, and the Refuse to Lose show. Make sure you follow all the shows. They have their own networks, their own channels here on YouTube. Check them out. And then also, I want you guys to really enjoy these next couple of weeks of basketball, because once the All-Star break comes on, teams lock in. And I'm ready and I'm excited. So shout out to the network again. Refuse to Lose. We're going to keep going up. And yeah, y'all have a good day. Enjoy the NFL also has some wild card games today and tomorrow. Y'all enjoy the games, man, and y'all have a good one, man. Till next time. Peace. From your boy from the Middle East. The Middle East.